All right, welcome to today's stream. We're looking at some revision for a specific A-level paper we're going to prepare for in this series. So we're going to go through two revision sheets, one on pure and one mechanics, because the paper is 50% pure and 50% mechanics. It's an OCR pass paper, and what we're going to do is prepare you specifically for the topics that are going to come up in that pass paper. So first of all, what I'm going to do on this stream is I'm not going to give you a huge amount of time because a lot of students have access to the notebook and will do the questions in advance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 50% of the time to get your head around the questions and see where you get to before I go through them. If you haven't done the questions in advance and you don't want to hear the explanation, obviously you can do them and then watch the stream in delayed a bit later. So first question we're going to get on with is question 1 here. It's a 6 marker. I'll give you 3 minutes to have a look at this question before we get into it. Right, so let's get into this question here. We're going to find the answer to three significant figures, the value of y for which 3 to the y equals 12. So let's just start off writing out the question as we usually do. And we've got 3 to y equals 12. Let's take logarithms of both sides. And if you do log of 3y to 12 equals log of 3 to the y equals log of 12. then we can bring this y down here and we get y log of 3 equals log of 12. So y equals log of 12 over log of 3. And it doesn't matter what base you do that to. Now, with modern calculators, you could actually take log of base 3, which would just left you y equals log base 3 of 12. But if you don't have that, or you're not used to using that, and I don't even bother because I'm so used to using this method of doing the question, and you put that into your calculator and you get 2.26. Part 2. Now, what you should realize when you're subtracting here, okay, when you subtract one logarithm away from the other logarithm, then effectively you can divide the two logarithms. So you get log of x plus 3 over 2x plus 4, and that is equal to 4. And then you can undo the logarithm by raising 2 as a power of 2. So this is a power of 2 undoes the logarithm. So we're just left with x plus 3 over 2x plus 4. And this is a power of 2, so it's 2 to the 4, which gives us 16. So we get x, sorry, that's a funny looking x. So we get x plus 3 equals, that's 16 times by 2x plus 4. So therefore x plus 3 will equal 32x plus 64. And then we can subtract the 64 and we get minus 61 is equal to 31x. And therefore divide that out and we get minus 61 over 31 for our first answer. I'm just going to check the chat, see if there's any questions. Can't see any. Let's go down, page down. Next question. Let's give you 3 minutes to have a go at this. So the stream's coming up to 9 minutes. When the stream gets to 12 minutes, then I'll go through this question. Just notice a question about how do you change the base of a log on a calculator. Just let me call up a calculator and I'll show it at the end of this question. If any of you doing this question want to just know how to do a log, it's not in the actual buttons, but if you go into the maths button, you've got log AB here, and then you can put whatever log you want. So you can have log base 3 of 9. We know that's going to be 2, because it's what power do you raise 3 to get 9. So you can do log of any base using the log AB button here on your calculators. Okay, so we've had our 3 minutes to have a crack at that. So actually, let's just demonstrate how to use your calculator on this one again. So just move my calculator across a bit. And that's gone off screen. So let's just, so trying to get this in here so I can see the screen at the same time. So I want to see 4 to the y equals 10 cubed. So if I do log the base 4 of both sides, I've got log to the base 4, and I can just type in 10 to, I think I can type in 10 to the power of, in here, 3000. And we can just press execute, and it didn't like it. Let's just, I wonder if it just didn't like the power bit. So let's just get rid of that. And just put 10 to the power of 3000. Why is it not liking 10 to the power of 3000? It might be just too big to do on my calculator, and that's probably the trick they're looking for. So what I'm going to do is, the way that was probably deliberate of them, is the fact the calculator can't do it. So you're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way of log 4y equals log 10 of 3000. And then what you can do is you can bring down the y log 4, and you can bring down the 3000. And log of 10 actually is just undoes the 10, so you just get 3000 on this side. So you don't need to log base 10 of 10 is just 1 if you're going to, I was going to do that and bring down the 3000, so I don't need to really worry about that. That is just 1. So therefore I just get y is equal to 3000 over log of 4, and our calculators can cope with that, no problem. And when they do that, they get 4,983 to the nearest whole number is what we've been asked for here. Okay, so let's look at part B. So part B, we're going to start up here to give ourselves enough space. So I'm just going to do the, can't do the subtraction first. I must deal with this 2 first here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get log the base 4 of x plus 4 minus log the base 4 of 2 minus x. Now I've brought that 2 up, it's going to go as a power there. That's the rule we're going to use. Equals a half. Now I can subtract these, and I can do that divided. I can do this divided by this for my log rule that I'm going to use here. So it's x plus 4 over 2 minus x all squared equals a half. So raise both sides to the power of 4. So I get x plus 4 over 2 minus x squared. And I've just noticed that's gone off screen. Sorry about that. I'm going to have to readjust my screen capture. I just realized that nobody's actually mentioned it. Let's bring that into the screen. And I'll adjust the screen capture in a minute. I assumed mistakenly it used the right settings from the last stream. So we've got a half. 4 to the power of a half is just equal to 2. So we get x plus 4 equals 2, open brackets, 2 minus x all squared. So we get x plus 4 will equal, let's multiply this out. So we get 4 minus 4x plus x squared. So we get x plus 4 equals 8 minus 8x plus 2x squared. Now let's get this all onto the one side. So what we're going to get 2x squared. Take away that x from the minus 8x gives me minus 9x. Take 4 away from 8 gives me plus 4 equals 0. So if I factorize this, I'm going to get x minus 4 and 2x minus 1 equal to 0. So that implies that x will equal 4 or a half. Now what we need to do, we do need to be careful. We need to think about what happens if we put this back into here. We're going to think about, sorry about that phone call. So we're going to think about what happens if we put the x equals 4 into here. And what you notice is you get 2 minus, it doesn't matter in that one because it squares it. But if we go all the way back to the original question, you got 2 minus 4, you get a negative number. And you can't do log of a negative number. So we can't put 4 into this. Always think about what happens when you put your numbers back into the original question. And that would not work. So therefore, x must equal half is our only solution to this question. So bearing that in mind, I'm not sure how many of you spotted that. Let's look at the next question. Okay, there it is on screen. And what I'll try and do is try and adjust my screen capture so it gets more of my screen so I can use more of the space while you're doing that. So don't be disconcerted if you see the screen going a bit funny. I'll give you 3 minutes to have a go at that one. I'm sorry about the loss of the screen capture. Let me just try and get that back for you. I'll remove the old one, sorry, first. Source. Okay, you've got the screen back up and it will be bigger in a minute. There we go, got the screen back. That'll be a dirty fix for now. Okay, given what we've done already on these questions, hopefully I've got this one out already. This one we can do on our calculator because the numbers are more manageable. So let's just put the calculator over here. You can't see that calculator because I haven't got it just capturing the screen. So I'm sorry, apologies for that. I'm just trying to think. I won't show you on the calculator. If you didn't quite get it from the last time I showed you on the calculator, do pop me a message and I'll show you the next time. I'm just going to get the calculator off my screen because I can see it. It's in my way. So anyway, it's a great stream today. Tech, not remembering its settings from the last time. So we've got log 4a, and we're going to do log of both sides. So we've got log of 4a equals log of 20. So we get a log of 4 equals log of 20. So a equals log of 20 over log of 4. And that's a very common theme, as you notice with these questions. You've got to be able to do that. Put that into your calculator and you get an answer out of, sorry, let me just look at I've done this question earlier today. I got 2.16 when I did it last time, 3 significant figures. So doing this bit of the question now, so we're going to just get all the logarithms onto the same side because it makes life a lot easier. So what I'm going to do is get 3 log equals log to the base 2 of 30b. Put brackets around that. And I've got minus. Now I'm going to bring this 2 up as a power while I'm bringing it across as well. So I'm going to get log base 2 of b squared there. So that all becomes log base 2 of 30b over b squared. And then I can just raise both sides of power 2. So we get 2 cubed on this side, which gives me 8 equals 30b over b squared. Times that by b squared, I get 8b squared equals 30b. Subtract 30b from both sides, I get 8b squared minus 30b equals 0. What's the biggest factor I can take out? I can take out 2b. And I'm left with 4b minus 15 equals 0. So therefore, b equals 0, or it's going to equal 15 over 4. Now, it's only going to be 15 over 4, as b is not going to be equal to 0. So you can't do, if we go back to the original question again, we can't do it here, logarithm 30 times 0. You can't do logarithm of 0. It doesn't exist. So therefore, it's not an answer we can put into our question. Right, there's just one little bonus question I put into the logarithms. It's our last one for today. For those of you in the stream, you're getting a little bit of advantage here of seeing this question, which I didn't put into the original revision sheet. So have a go at this question. I'll give you 3 minutes to have a go at this. Actually, I won't give, let's give you 3 minutes. It's now 24:40 on the stream, so I'll go through it in 3 minutes' time. I forgot to say, I'd like you to give your answer as an exact value. It's going to have 2 logarithms in the answer, so it's not going to be too simplified. Okay, let's look at this last question here. So what we've got here, if we take logs of both sides, so we've got log of 4 times 8x minus 1, and that's equal to log of 3 times 5 to the 2x plus 1. Then we're going to get log of 4 plus log of 8x minus 1 equals log of 3 plus log of 5 to the 2x plus 1. Now we can bring this x plus 1 down, and we can bring the 2x plus 1 down. So we get log of 4 plus x minus 1 log of 8 is equal to log of 3 plus 2x plus 1 times log of 5. Multiply out the brackets, so we get log of 4 plus x log of 8. So it's an 8 there. Minus log of 8 equals log of 3 plus 2x log of, what was this, 5, wasn't it? Can't read my own writing, 5. Plus 1 times log of 5. So we get rid of that one, we don't need it. Let's just rub it out. Okay, so we get all the x's together and we get all the other numbers, other values together. So we've got x log 8, and then we take away the 2x log 5, and then we put all the other numbers on the other side. So we're going to get log of 3 plus log of 5 plus another log of 8 minus a log of 4. So factorize this out and we get x, and we get log, what was that? That was an x log of 8, wasn't it? So we get log of 8 minus 2 log of 5. Let's bring this all together. So we get 3 times 5 times 8 divided by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So you get 2 times 5 is 10 times 3 is 30. So we end up with log of 30 here. So 3 times 5 times 8 divided by 4 will give you log of 30. Now this is going to be just log of 5 squared, so it's log of 25. So we get 8 over 25 here, because this is just going to be the same as log of 25, because this is the same as log of 5 squared. And that's going to be equal to log of 30. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. It's just not a very pretty answer here. We're just going to get log of 30 over log of 8/25. As I said, there will be 2 logs in the answer. There's nothing much better we can do if we want to keep that exact. So there we go. That's our lesson for today on logarithms. I will be doing a lesson tomorrow. I haven't worked out the time. It's probably going to be a little bit earlier. And we will switch to mechanics for tomorrow. We'll switch to mechanics tomorrow, and we'll do the first mechanics topic in tomorrow's stream. I'll post that in the YouTube sections for you to look at later. Anyway, that's all for today. Hope you found that useful.